Good morning. It is March 1st. It's overcast this morning. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning and 65 degrees. High humidity today, but I'm sure that will burn off over time as it gets warmer and the cloud cover goes away. I wanted to share today all the things that are in bloom. We have quite a few things that started budding out or blooming about 2 weeks ago, but we were raining a lot, and so it was harder to get out and take some pictures, but everything is still looking pretty beautiful. This is the Chinese fringe tree I bought to be a specimen plant that I'm hoping to tree form. This is a Loropetalum, I believe, and it has these beautiful little pink flowers. I think they're starting to die back. That's why they're a little light pink instead of the darker pink they were about a week or so ago. Behind that, I have some daffodils blooming right now. Some of the daffodils have already bloomed out. These ones are still in the process of putting off these beautiful flower heads. Here on the arch of the circle, we have the At Last roses. These are a peach rose with a beautiful rose scent. And so those are starting to kind of get their foliage, and I think we'll see blooms probably in a month. Over here, I have my fruit trees. This is the O. Henry peach with the pink flowers, and this is the cotton candy apium. It starts off with pink buds and then they're white when they bloom. It's such a pretty combination here. The cotton candy apium is the early producer. I generally, at least since I've gotten this tree, had a crop between May and June. And then the apium produces a crop between July and August. And of course, the stick is still just the Fuyu persimmon that I generally don't get a crop until October. So I've got 3 different periods of fruit. The 2 pomegranates, the pink satin, and here behind the peach and apium, the wonderful pomegranate, are both producing foliage. So they survived the winter, which has been pretty mild this year. And of course, on the ground, I see tons of weeds. I've been trying to go through and get them, but they are showing up fast. Oh, these actually aren't weeds, are they? These are foxglove that must have germinated after the foxglove that was here last year went to seed. I just noticed that I have some pretty nice size foxgloves forming right here. I had not seen these yet. These are, these leaves are a pretty good size. Strangely enough, there is a flower on the Superbena sparkling amethyst. I do want to cut this all back and let it flush back fresh, so I will be cutting this back probably later today. Right here I have another Loropetalum. This one has darker leaves and a slightly brighter flower. And I have one down at the other end of the retaining wall. And all along the retaining wall, these are California poppies. I love the way they look when they come in bloom, but they often look really messy coming out, and when they're dying back, they're horrible. And what I found is that these weird weeds like to grow in between them, and they're really hard. Like, they're often right at the base of the plant. So as I'm trying to pull these weeds out this year to get ahead of it, it's super frustrating because sometimes I end up pulling the plant out of the ground too. So next year I may just clean these up, buy new seed, and put new seed down for next year instead of waiting for them to go to seed on their own. This side is the shady part of the garden right now, particularly in winter. So there isn't a lot in bloom. A few things are looking okay, but nothing particularly amazing happening. I do need to try and cut back these playing the blue salvia that I bought last year. It looks like they're perennial here, so I need to cut them back and let them flush back. I have not removed the lavenders I plan to remove yet. I'm very behind on my work here in the garden. The trailing rosemary is looking beautiful. The clematis, this purple clematis, is all the way up the trellis. Now, I'm pretty sure I was supposed to cut this back more, but this is my first real year with this clematis, and I was a little nervous about it, so we're gonna see how this goes. I still plan on moving this, way too big for the box. Back here on the retaining wall, I have some cyclamen. The hummingbirds are flying around, super active right now. In this bed, I have quite a few of the foxglove also coming back from seed. So this is gonna look real pretty with the bearded iris and one foxglove right there in the middle. For the climbing rose this year, things happened a little differently. Normally, I do a full cut back, but because the gardener went after the plant, I was more nervous about working with the plant. I should have really removed more leaves. I only removed the leaves from the areas that I could reach so that I could avoid things like this happening, black spot, right? Because this is what happens when you leave the leaves on the plant. It harbors disease and fungus, and I already have black spot showing up on this plant. So a really bad decision on my part not to take after this right away. And so this plant might struggle a little more this year. I can see black spot all over it. I could try and start removing leaves now and see what happens, but it's March, not really the right time of year. I should have done it in January. Right next to this though, I have some beautiful daffodils. These daffodils I planted years ago. What am I saying? 2-3 years ago. And I don't generally get a flower. So this year, I guess it was happier. Maybe it's because the gardener cut it back and this area got more sun. I don't know. But I do love just the plain buttercup flowers, right? This is very different than the white ones that I just showed you. The boxwood balls are looking really good. This one is a euonymus. I do need to kind of trim them back, but they are looking really happy. Behind here is the other loropetalum. I think you can see it back here, glowing pink with the blueberries here, which all have beautiful buds on them. And the purple pony is also in bloom right now. And right here, more daffodils. These are kind of at their end of life. And I have the begonias that I planted last year, the pink ones. And those survived the winter and are starting to bounce back. I still have plans to do a project in this area to kind of reset all the stepping stones, but I got a new job and I'm not sure I'm gonna have time to dedicate to this year as much as I would like. So I need to focus more on that for the time being. The Oklahoma redbud is about to bloom though. Below the redbud I have 3 osteospermums. 2 seem to have survived the winter, but this one over here, I'm not sure what happened. I'm gonna have to cut it back more. It might not have survived this winter. Across the way from the square, right in front of the house, I planted a bunch of lemon balm. I just took small starts from around the yard and plopped them in the ground here, hoping to create like a green wall. And most of it took. In fact, this one on the end is super aggressive right now. Now remember, lemon balm is in the mint family and will spread quickly. So you can see, if I can find the video, I planted tiny little starts that I found around the yard here, and they are all filling in. I need to clear some of this out. I don't want it growing into the house. And right here, my rosemary that I bought as a inside Christmas topiary and I planted outside here. It has the most beautiful flowers. They are so pretty. I love these dark purple ones. I like the blue ones on the other one as well, but these are super pretty. So far in prepping the vegetable garden, the only thing I did was bring the soil level up on this one. I put a bunch of extra amendments in here. I need to do that one and these. You can see how much the soil already dropped. My problem is some of these things I don't want to disturb, so trying to figure out how to handle that before I start messing with the soil. The white begonias look like they're coming back too. And both of my hydrangeas, this one, the Limelight, has some budding out, and so does the Big Band. And my Clematis from this side is also producing some beautiful flowers. So I feel like this side yard is gonna look really nice. That makes for a little quick tour through my yard and sharing what's in bloom. Thank you for joining me for my garden journey.